Hello, we are the Stop Burning My Clothes podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kayla.
One podcast, two sisters.
Two sisters. This is episode number 30, Bachelor recap, week 7.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7. And first, let's go over some Bachelor news. Do you got anything?
Well, let's just talk about the news that wasn't even news.
Well, that was stupid. We got a lot of TikTok views, though, so it was worth something.
Yeah, Mike Fleece, whatever the crap his name is, basically was like, oh, there's going to be the big historical announcement. And then it was just that it might not end in an engagement, or what even was it?
Which, yeah, and they,
we already knew that.
It was stupid. Mike, I need to stop with that guy. Another thing is, Katie Thurston announced her nipples were inverted.
Oh, well, that's a fun announcement.
And actually,
body positivity.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of the inverted nipples part, but I actually don't fully understand it. So on camera, I'm going to Google it, and you're going to get my live reaction.
Like you don't know what inverted nipples are?
No, I don't get it. Interesting. Oh. Okay, so it's just the very tip part, kind of goes inside. So when you just put your finger in the middle of your nipple and go like this, and you can't see your finger anymore. Except minus your finger. Do you ever do that to your own boob?
No.
Oh, I do. So that's it.
Yeah, and some women get their nipples pierced when they do because then it can reverse that.
Interesting.
Especially
I didn't know that.
Women that want to breastfeed eventually. There was someone I know actually got her nipples pierced just so that then they would stick out, so that then once she wanted to breastfeed, she'd take the piercings out, but it just made them stick out.
Oh, okay. Because I was always worried about piercing my nipples because I thought that meant you can't, you might have trouble breastfeeding.
I don't think so. I honestly don't know though.
They make sure they don't pierce the milk ducts.
You don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it on here.
And it's official now. Do you want to make an announcement?
Oh, I'm having a baby girl.
Woo-woo. And her nipples aren't even inverted.
Okay, moving on. Any other news?
Yes. So after the episode, it was actually the second kind of therapy date this season, and I actually found something interesting. And I would want your thoughts because I don't know what my thoughts are.
Amanda Stanton, what she said about it?
Yeah.
I literally just saw that. Go ahead though.
I think I saved it. Oh wait, no, it was on Bachelor Rabbit Hole, which if you aren't following them on Instagram, they're really great. So go follow them. So the headline is from Us Weekly. Amanda Stanton, she was on The Bachelor a couple years ago. Amanda Stanton calls out The Bachelor for therapy dates. Asking women to open up is not it. And this is her quote. We have been watching The Bachelor this season, and I have to say something about the multiple therapy dates this season is rubbing me the wrong way. I understand where they're trying to go with it, but forcing girls to open up on national TV and then literally judging their sessions or sending them home and making them feel bad if they don't want to open up is just not it. There's a reason therapy is a private thing, and I don't think this is a good representation of therapy or helping end the stigma around mental health. Just had to say it. I think that's really interesting because that's not something that came up for me when I was watching, but I think it's a very interesting point of view.
Well, I even said with the first time they did it with those girls all sitting around and them talking, is I just feel like it's kind of forceful and putting them into a position where they're feeling less than if they don't want to be vulnerable in front of a group, which to me, that should be fine. You don't have to feel comfortable talking with a group of people, but you should feel comfortable talking with your partner. So the group one, I felt a little off about, but then at the same time, they seemed to all embrace it. So whatever.
Yeah.
But, this one, I would say it definitely weeded out the relationships. But then at the same time, I'm going to wait to fully give my opinion on this because I want to have a different conversation about it. But I see both sides. I see how it could be helpful, but then I also agree that it is a little bit forceful and can
Yeah.
make it seem like going to therapy, like the counselor or therapist or whatever, is just going to force you to have to say all your feelings. And that's not necessarily how it really works.
Yeah. No, good point of view. I just something I wanted for us to talk about. So
Yeah.
that's
Especially
all I
like
got.
first session, like, okay, bare your whole soul. Like, that's not even how a first therapy session goes at all. So, anyways. Okay, so how did this episode start?
We had a rose ceremony, and Eliza and Mara both left. So
Yeah,
kind of
which
those two left that didn't get one-on-one dates.
yeah. And honestly, I have to say, I think he should have just sent Genevieve home too, because I truly don't understand the purpose of him keeping her.
Yeah, maybe he
Like,
wasn't sure.
yeah, I guess, but I just don't see how he could have such deep relationships and think that that relationship was going to get there.
That makes
It doesn't
sense.
make sense to me. So to me, it just like, and then, well, maybe if he was going to give her a one-on-one, but then he
True.
didn't. So it's like, what was the point of making me sit here and be stressed for a whole extra week? Like, this is rude. And then make me go to this deep therapy session when I haven't even been able to talk to you like a normal person yet.
Very true.
Like, it was, I felt bad for her. I feel like she was almost, not to the extent, but almost an Abigail situation where it's just like, she
Mhm.
didn't even have a chance. And he's put her through the ringer, putting her on that 2-on-1. And then the what other date she gets is then this therapy thing where she's not even ready to open up because she hasn't even had like a connection with him as deep yet.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
I
I
feel
just felt
like
for her.
if she was gonna open up, maybe if she had more validation, she would have. Maybe if she got that one-on-one, maybe if she wasn't put in a terrible two-on-one situation and asked if she was an actress, I
Yeah.
wouldn't feel safe enough to be vulnerable with that person either yet. So,
Yeah. And then not really having much conversation and then not getting both those 2-on-1s. And so then you're kind of like, okay, and now you want me to bare my soul when I'm probably going home. Like she had to have known, like, I'm kind of probably going home next.
yeah, like how I felt. So we go to the group date. We'll talk about the one-on-ones. So the group date for this week was everyone Sigmund and Freud, something like
Yes,
that. It's a
Sigmund and Freud.
person. He is from Austria, and so they did like a whole psychoanalysis, couples therapy. And it ended up where Clayton literally just I want to keep calling her Vanessa because I just realized in my head
She
she's
looks like
Vanessa
Vanessa.
Grimaldi.
Yeah,
Um, so
for real.
maybe if it doesn't work out with Nick and the Instagram model he's with now, Genevieve is now single. What was I saying on that? I do think that she was gonna go home anyway on the next rose ceremony, and I think that's
Mhm.
just kind of the clarity. But one thing I wanted to say about this episode is two people go home on not a rose ceremony, which is, I think, the first time someone's goes home on not a rose ceremony the whole season, which normally it's a lot more common, but he's
Mhm.
just been giving
Like, at
out
least a
roses.
couple one-on-ones, they go home.
Yeah, we lost two girls from the group date.
Mhm. So I guess it works. This therapy thing, I mean, it might be a little pressure, but it works.
Well, I thought it was so interesting. So he goes and they do the whole thing with the girls, and then the woman who's the therapist says one person was acting. And
Yeah, what did you think about that? This is what I'm like, did they pay this chick to say this? Like, or what, did she really get those vibes? That's kind of what
I
I wanted
got
to
those
know.
vibes on the couch.
I did too with the way she was like, and also you have to be nervous. That would be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I think
I
she was
mean,
saying she's a woke 23-year-old, which she's so like she's been
so
doing
she's gone to
therapy
so
since
much
she's
therapy
been
because she really needs it.
yeah.
Lord. Let's
So
talk about that moment though. Okay, so then Clayton's trying to figure out who is this actress. I have no idea who it could be. And so then all the girls are sitting there, and then Sarah's like, I just don't know. Who could it be? And all
I
the other
know.
girls are just silent. And so then throughout the night, all the girls, Rachel really broke down and was like, I almost left. I felt like, why am I even here? I'm not confident at all, because apparently Sarah was giving like pretty intimate details, said that they cried together, like it was such a deep bond, blah, 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 blah. And then, which did he really not cry? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but
She was
Clayton
probably
was very caught on that though. She's making up lies.
yeah. She's probably exaggerating. They had like a tender moment together or something.
Yeah. And then Serene, no, Serene wasn't there. Sorry. Gabby's basically said the same thing, and then Teddy basically said the same thing. Like, we wanted to leave because she just made it seem like there was no hope for us. So then he confronts Sarah about it, and she puts on this cry saying that, like, since she got the second 2-on-1, she's felt a target on her back, blah, blah, blah. He straight up says, it looks like you're fake crying. Like, I just don't believe you.
Good for him.
I was like, wow, he does got some cojones.
I know,
Who
because
knew?
he's very Clayton-like.
No, he was pissed. He was mad.
I was
He's like, you almost ruined my entire journey, basically.
Yeah, I was actually shocked by how he handled that whole situation.
Me too. I thought he was going to give her a chance.
Yeah, because I tried to think Shanae was on a whole other level, and he kept her and he kept her and kept her. But I think maybe just because he went through all that, he was like, I'm not dealing with this like I dealt. Maybe he learns.
Yeah.
And I also think it's interesting with the editing and how much time they have to show us. There's so much Shanae drama that all of this was going on with Sarah without us even knowing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, it seemed like such a new thing. And even the girls said that, like, we just haven't brought it up because it hasn't been needed to be brought up, I guess. Like, there hasn't been a moment but to bring something new up.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So then,
I don't know. That was shocking to me, though. I just was like, it's not that I believed her, but at the same time, I was like, wow, is she really this bad?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I get confused with her. I don't.
Yeah, she's not like, was it intentional?
Shanae, but maybe she was a little sneakier about it.
Yeah, I just am really honestly, maybe she's just like immature and she just wanted to talk and like didn't really fully realize that she shouldn't have been doing that, or I don't know. I don't know how malicious it really was. I don't even think the girls fully knew when you heard them talking.
Yeah. I think the whole situation is just kind of like a ick.
Yeah, especially because the other three girls are so kind that they want to give the benefit of the doubt. So it's like,
Yeah, those last three girls standing on the group date, when I realized that one of those three had to go home, I didn't realize it till the next rose ceremony we see. And I'm like, wait, what? Because he already got rid of like all the obvious. Like from now on, there's not really an obvious.
Yeah. Okay, so then we can go back to Serene had her one-on-one. It was sweet. It was good. I mean, I think he's really excited to meet her family. There wasn't much to say.
I thought it was cute. It wasn't on their date, but I think it was actually the rose ceremony at the beginning. The fireflies, like he had the jar from like her childhood friend who passed, her cousin. That was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Susie's date though is the one you apply to be on the Bachelor for.
That whole episode, I was like, the whole date, I mean, are you kidding me? That is, I can't even barely talk about it because I'm so jealous that it pisses me off. Because that was like, are you kidding me?
Gabby was so cute. She was like,
oh. No, I know. I was like, I am Gabby.
I know. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then we got to see another rose ceremony. We saw 2 in one episode.
Yeah, so then with the next rose ceremony, I was like, I have no idea. I knew that it wasn't going to be Rachel leaving.
Same.
I knew that. But
I was ready
I really thought Gabby was going to stay. I actually really did think Gabby was going to stay, which she did. But yeah, so Teddy went home.
Yep, I was already preparing my Gabby goes home TikTok because I was really worried. But thank God.
There's another. The reason why I knew is because like these freaking previews give us too much, because there has been scenes where I know I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So now we for sure know, in my opinion, from what I've seen, that Serene and Rachel are like top 2. And then the third, though, it's either Susie or Gabby. And I actually don't know.
I don't know either. He's got some really good girls.
Mm-hmm. And I could see Susie as the Bachelorette.
She's got Bachelorette written all over her face. I mean, we've already had one like her.
Yeah, literally.
Hannah.
No, it was hilarious. So I watched Hannah Brown's story while she was watching that. And she was like basically saying the same thing. Like, I never got one of these dates. You need to give me one of these dates, to her boyfriend. And then she got that like beautiful red designer dress. She was like, well, I already know I'd look good in that because she's like, I look just like her.
Yep.
So that was really funny.
That's cute. I know. Their Instagram stories for live listening or live watching is so funny.
Yeah.
So cute.
All right. Yeah. So that's it. That was the episode. And I just want to know. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I
the
just want to
previews look
know.
good.
Oh, and here's something else. I don't think there's a woman tell all.
Oh, yeah, because they'd be like, and then after that, and then they jumped right to the finale. That's stupid. Something's got to happen. I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
maybe there is, or maybe because of how the season goes, they're waiting. They don't want like people to be able to talk, so they are gonna do like the women tell all with the after the final rose.
Maybe they've got to do something.
Yeah, or maybe they just don't show previews of it. I guess sometimes maybe they don't
No,
really show
normally
previews
before
of
the
it.
finale, it would be hometown dates, and then it looks like they stopped filming early because he doesn't get a proposal scene like they normally show at the end. So I don't even know. I think it's a kind of a whole new sitch.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. But I mean, they've got to have some sort of women tell all situation. I hope.
Me too. And then, do you realize? So Amy is coming to visit me this weekend for my birthday, and what else happens on Friday?
Love is Blind comes
Love
out.
is Blind
The
finale. If you
finale.
listen to our recap and you like The Bachelor, if you aren't watching Love is Blind, you should be. And the finale is
Yeah.
Friday. You still have time to catch up. And
I was so mad that they made you wait the freaking last episode and they don't even tell you if those people say yes or no.
I'm
Ugh.
so excited. It's just,
Me too.
it's a
Yeah,
roller
we're having
coaster.
Friday food and watching that.
That's what I was thinking too. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, wish me happy 29th birthday. Woohoo!
Yep. Woohoo. Yep. Okay, so look forward to our recap next week. And then the week after that, we'll have a relationship advice episode on Sunday. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Leave us a review on Apple Podcast. And have a great rest of your week.
Bye.